Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Chair, on the show tonight as the one and only Jaffa, and with a late substitute for the legend that is Bridgeman. Port Bear is gladly stood in. Evening, Jaffa.
Good evening, Ox. How you doing, pal? Great to be here.
Good to hear from you, mate. Good to hear from you. Evening, Port.
Evening, mate. How you doing? Thanks for
one joke you had today. One joke you had today at the start of the show. One job.
One job. Did I fail?
Mute.
Aye, that was coming. I wasn't going to do it.
You ruined the gag. Ruined the gag. Right, okay. How you doing, Port?
I'm doing very well, mate. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for stoning in for Bridgeman. Good to hear from you, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bridgeman,
thank you.
If you look back at the holiday schedules, Old School Blue pointed it out. He had the same day off last year and the year before. We think it's his annual trip to Switzerland, mate. Yeah, we think it's his annual trip to Switzerland. Yeah. Right, okay. Some interesting news today, Porter.
Aye, massive news. In my opinion, mate, it's a massive blow.
We'll get to it, but we'll hear from the Gaffer.
Yep.
Are you back with us, Jaffa?
I'm indeed. Sorry, mate. It was on mute. Apologies. I've done a bridge.
That's all right. We're going to hear from Stevie G, and then we're going to take the news that's broke out after the press conference. That's all right. We used to it.
Aye, happy that, mate.
Get yourself a mute, and let's hear from our manager, Steven Gerrard.
They played really well in Copenhagen. They maybe deserved more than a draw. I think they were probably the stronger team out of the two. I think they're a very strong team, a very physical team who run a lot. And in the forward areas, they have a lot of technical players that can really hurt you, especially in the wide areas in 1v1 situations. I never like to mention individuals because I don't know what the opposition coach is going to play. But I think we've seen last year, and we've also seen enough this year to know that we're in for a real tough challenge.
The match will be played before 10,000 children. What do you think about this? Do you like that idea that instead of empty stadium there will be kids?
I think it's a good opportunity for the kids to see a really important match, and obviously we're responsible for trying to make that game as good as possible. So let's hope it's a good spectacle and an enjoyable game for the kids. It's certainly better than it being empty for sure. At least there'll be an atmosphere.
Last season there appeared to be no negative impact on domestic performances despite the large number of European games that you played. Do you think that playing at this level has the effect of lifting the performances and the standards of the players domestically?
Possibly. I think if you get a positive result and the performance matches the result, I think you can only take belief and confidence in that situation. I think we're in a situation at the moment, Mark, where we're just focusing on each game as it comes, because we've got a couple of injuries and 100% this COVID has not gone away. So you're still obviously waiting on tests to be negative to see who you've got available. It is very different for us for me as a manager and us as coaches. It is different. You wait until the last minute to see who's passed to play, for example, and things can change pretty quickly. So we've noticed this season there can be a lot more curveballs through in. But 100% the first part of your question is, if you can find a performance at this level against a good, strong team like Sparta, I'm sure it can only benefit us moving forward. The only thing I'd say, just to add to your question, is there's only one more game left before we have a break in terms of the international break. So we've got two big efforts to give, and then we can sort of regroup, rest and reset, and hopefully have a few more bodies back when we come back after international.
Quick question about the midfield area. At the weekend, as well as the starting three, you had Davis, Bacuna and Arfield available. Is it a case of certain combos for certain games, or is the challenge thrown down to the players to go and nail the starting place for themselves?
Probably a bit of both. I think the shirt in every position is always up for grabs. I think you've got to be in a real good place and perform consistently well to keep hold of it. Having said that, there's enough games where sometimes we do have to offload and change, and in some situations it's horses for courses. You know, who are we up against, what type of midfielder we need to pick. The positive thing for me is I've got good options in that area. Scott missed training yesterday, but he's back available for today's session, so he'll travel with us and come back into the squad. And everyone's fighting in that area for minutes and game time. Stephen Davis is a bit older, for example, so this season we don't want to have to force to play him in every single game. So John being a positive in there the last couple of games will certainly help Davo as well in terms of what level he can give us moving forward.
Can I just get a quick injury update first, Stephen? Who's in and who's out of this squad?
As it was from the weekend, as it was, Scott Arfield will come back into travel with us. Stephen Kelly will come back in and travel with us. They were both outside the squad. Robbie McCrory will come back in and travel with us. But the injury situations, as it was, nothing's changed.
Can I just pick up on what you said about Sparta as well, in terms of how they play? In terms of the dynamic of this group, do you see Sparta as being maybe the main rivals to sort of go against each other for qualification in this group? Do you see Leon as maybe the team that may run away with it? Or
no, I see it when the group was announced that we've got 3 rivals and you're fighting and competing for as many points as you can get. I think obviously the teams all come out in different pots, so obviously the bookmakers normally put numbers down and odds in that situation. So we're well aware that Leon are a top team, and as proven at Ibrox, they were really good, although I thought we performed really, really well on the day. Just the big moments went against us on the day, but we're going to fight for all the points that are available in all the remaining games. This is obviously a big one because we've lost our first game, so it's important that we try and take something from the game at least.
Stephen, you said previously this season that you could be sharper in the final third and a bit tighter at the back. Is there a feeling that if you do have that one game, where everything clicks into place, that could really, kick the side into life this season?
Why are we not in? We're not into life. Being top of the league, not into life. Is that not for your liking?
No, to be fair, the performances have maybe not been, as you've said, not up to the standards of last season, but the results.
Well, last season's gone. You're comparing my team to last season. That's on you, not on me. I'm okay how things are going, and I see loads of life. I see loads of life on a daily basis. I see loads of good players competing for positions. We're top of the league and we're looking forward to a top of the table clash at the weekend. If we win that, we're in a real good place going into the second international break. And I'm really excited and looking forward to the game tomorrow. We've got good players available. And there's been part of our performance full of life. But I said, and I was openly honest, that I still feel there's more to come. And when it does, we'll be a real good team to watch.
You mentioned earlier about the COVID. I mean, is there still tests to be done before this game? And how much of a strain is the ongoing COVID situation in terms of just keep picking a team on a week-by-week basis?
Yeah, I mean, I just finding it really hard to find a settled team. Andrew mentioned that we're not full of life at the moment. The team's changing a lot, whether that be an injury we've picked up, or from the first day of the season when we've reported back, we've had numerous COVID situations where it's been hard to pick the same team and try and find your rhythm and your cohesion and give people time to play together. It's been really difficult to pick a settled team. And I don't think it's going to be the case where we can find that settled team moving forward, because the amount of games is one issue where you're always naturally going to pick up a knock or two. And the COVID situation hasn't gone. Just because outside life's improving and changed back to close to normality, inside we're still testing a couple of times a week. So at any given moment, you can be through a curveball.
Everybody's okay for this game?
I'm still waiting for certain results for this game. We were tested yesterday.
Hi, Stephen. There's obviously an unfortunate backdrop to why there'll be 10,000 kids in the stadium tomorrow. I mean, Sparta have had their own issues with racism. Is there any apprehension on your part, given what happened against Slavia and with Glenn going into this game?
No. I've spoke to the majority of my players in the last couple of days, and we spoke about the game. And Glenn and Kamar, who were affected from the last game, in a good place, looking forward, both wanting to come and put a performance in for the team. There's no apprehension as far as I'm concerned. I've had assurances that everything's going to be fine, and for me, it's just all about focusing on the game. preparing the team in the best way we can, and hopefully it's going to be a real good spectacle, because you got two good teams who both need these points. So I predict it's going to be a real good game.
Do you feel there's been any meaningful progress since the Slavia Prague incident?
Well, look, that's out of my control. I think that's for the powers that be. I think everyone involved in the game, yourselves included, we're always looking for improvements. We're always looking for the powers that be to step forward and show leadership on this topic. And we know it's not totally out of the game or eradicated. There's still more work and more education to be put in place. And but in my position, you can only talk and say certain things and push and support. And it's for people who are in higher places than me involved in the game that can only make the difference in the change.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I would know how you get told off with Stevie G. Put bear.
Oh, the headmaster was strict there, mate, wasn't he? Oh.
You think I'm bad? Didn't he miss him, Jaffa, did he?
Did not, mate. Nah, he didn't miss him at all.
I think
Great point to come back with. You can't argue with it, can you?
No, you can't, mate. You can't argue with it. But I think the point was trying to say we're doing well results-wise, but performances weren't great, And I think he admitted that. He said, "But what do you want? We're top of the league, yeah." But good press conference, and obviously a lot of hints about COVID still being an issue, Jaffa, yeah?
Yeah, there was quite a lot of references there to Ox, and on a number of occasions I picked up in that, even right to the end there, he said he was still waiting on results. I don't know what time the press conference went out myself, Ox, I'm not sure, you might know that yourself, mate.
10 o'clock this morning, mate.
So they were testing yesterday, so obviously, it'd be interesting to hear what else has come out this afternoon.
Well, it's broke your day, Port Baird. You've got the news, haven't you? That a certain player didn't travel.
Aye, Connor Goulson. Didn't travel with the squad, mate. Probably before all the conspiracy theories start. I think, in my opinion, mate, the gaffer sort of spoke about there's still issues with COVID. So that may be one of the problems we've got with Connor. Not sure, but I'm just going on what he said in his press conference, mate. But Connor Goulson did not travel, which I think's a major blow, mate, because what it does, what are they missing? Hollander. So I think your centre back pairing is going to be Balogun and Bassey, mate.
Looks that way, mate. It looks that way. Big story, Brentford is in a big European night, Jaffa, but it's one of these things that everybody's got to deal with at the moment. You just have to roll with the punches.
Exactly, Ox. I think I wouldn't say we're getting used to it. I don't think you could ever say that. I mean, it's a hellish thing to have, and I know even on here we've had odd instances. But so listen, it's the same for everybody. I think even Sparta have got their own issues with it as well. So, as you say, we're just going to have to roll the sleeves up and get wired into them, basically.
Aye. Mr. S. Kipper's blaming me for giving Connor 3 out of 10 for his performance. Oh dear. I was only critiquing that one performance, Connor. It wasn't overall, it was just the one performance, yeah. Port, I think that's the way I can't see any other options, if I'm being honest. Borner in. Possibly could you play young Patterson as a centre half with Balogun? Patterson 6'2". I think he'd be more suited than Dav to play there.
It's a possibility, mate. The gaffers, he's got a big decision to make. I think only because Bassey in his younger days played in that position with Leicester, mate. I think that's what they'll go with. I think he's got more experience than Patterson in that position, and I think that's why he will get the nod. And they're my opinion, mate, but that's the only reason, because I know the young man's played there in his Leicester days.
It'd be interesting to see. Big story, and it'd be interesting to get people's thoughts on it. What are you thinking, Jaffa?
I think similar. I think it'll probably be Bassey, but again, similar to Port. But I think it's probably because he's left-sided, Ox, and it gives you that balance. But I wouldn't rule out Nathan Patterson possibly doing that job, because I think he has also played centre-back in his younger days as well. So
was
either or.
Kindergarten.
Aye, under 13s. Forgetting he's only 19 and he's already I've got him down as a seasoned pro.
Aye, but I get your point. Look, again, I'll repeat my point. I'm disappointed for the boy to be out. I'm disappointed for us, but I don't think it'll be the first or the last, Jaffa. Then Port.
Yeah, exactly, Ox. I think the manager was alluding, and I think he's trying to brace us all and obviously inform us all as best as he can to say, look, internally, it's still a challenge for us as a club because we're testing twice a week, 3 times a week. So that's hard going, Ox, and the actual, I can only imagine the management of it must be pretty tough going. So it is what it is. He, to use his expression, we'll need to be, get the boots on and get on, mate.
100%, Jaffa. I think it'll give whoever is selected, it'll give them a chance to step up and, show they've got another string to their bow, whether it be Bassey. It'll let him see that not just at left back, but maybe he's going to be an option eventually as a centre back. Does any of you guys think, was it a mistake not having the boy Simpson in the European squad?
It potentially looks that way now, mate. But if you were picking it on for him at the time, no, for me.
Yeah.
But it's come back to bite you now. It's like saying putting Katic shooting loan. It's a mistake. But we'll see. But I get your point, Port. Jaffa?
It's a tough one, that, isn't it? Because you're sitting down that conversation with Big Nico saying, you've not played for a year. You are coming back for a really bad injury. You probably want to be home with your family around about you. Let the big guy go and resurrect himself and strengthen himself back up and get back playing football. Because ultimately, at that point in time, he wasn't going to get much football with us. Listen, if we all had the crystal ball, we would all be millionaires, wouldn't we?
Aye, past is your game, mate. Past is your game. Aye, what's your thoughts, Port?
Well, another thing regarding Bassey, mate, we've got to remember he played against Falkirk in the Premier Sports Cup as well at centre back, so he has played there this season as well.
No, that was last year, wasn't it?
Or was it last year? Sorry, mate, my apologies.
Please do your homework before you.
but he has played there, mate. So I like the big lad. He's got pace. So is Balogun. So
he's got pace. Is he a natural defender, Port?
I think when you think of the ones we've got, Borna, etc., I think a guy defends well. I really do. I think he's strong in the tackle. I think he's good in the air.
He's strong in the tackle. He's strong in the tackle. He goes for headers, good in the air. Jury's out, hits his head. But does he sniff danger?
That's one question I do have about danger at a different position. Will he see the danger in behind? I'm just hoping Balogun, being the experienced internationalist that he is, mate, will help him through it, mate. That's what happens when you play against an older head. They generally talk you through the game, settle you down, and I think that's what will happen. You have plenty of experience about him, mate.
Okay, it's just one of these things. Jeff, any thoughts?
Yeah, similar. Obviously, it is a concern. I've not seen Bassey playing at centre back, so it's difficult to make a comment. But using what we've seen at left back, his pace is his biggest attribute because he recovers very quickly. But I think, does he sense danger? Is his positional sense? Is that his best quality? I would argue that's not his best quality because he gets caught short at times. He can drift inside and he loses a wee bit of concentration. But it's all we've got at the moment. It's either him, Patterson, or unless the manager pulls something out of the bag and I don't know, he sticks Kemar Roof at centre back or something like that. I don't know.
Could it be a Bridgeman playing as a trialist tomorrow night?
Hey, you never know. Maybe he's been shouted on to get his boots ready.
Aye, but we'll see. But that's the obvious solution. But you know, if he wants to go that way and keep defenders playing at the back, I don't see anything else. But you never know with Stevie G. You know, the boy Aribo's played everywhere.
Exactly. Big Bacuna as well. You know, you don't know what other positions he's played in his previous.
You know, but listen, first and foremost, if Connor Golson has tested positive or it's a COVID related, hopefully we wish him well health wise. That's the most important thing in the whole thing. The game's important for us as fans, but obviously the guy's health first and foremost. If he has tested positive, that's the main thing. And I know that you two boys will sympathise with that.
Oh, 100%,
100%. You bet.
Yep.
Exactly. Oaks.
Yeah. He's a bit for the lucky. It's only the young ones like me and Fox that have avoided it.
Yep.
Right.
It's the young team.
Yeah, the young team.
There's one more wee thing, Ox, they could maybe try. You know, they could go to a back three and they could pull in Tav, Balogun and Bassey and have an arrow three. Patterson is a wing back and Bassey's a little bit wing back. They could tweak the system. To make it, they could do that, mate.
You could. That's where you could play 5 sort of defenders, 3 in midfield, and go 2 up front. You know.
Yeah.
I think I would be looking sometimes to go 4-4-2, but that's just personal, Jaffa. We've got our system and we stick to it.
Yep, and I think obviously there's that whole, the football way at the academy where everybody, all teams are all playing it. The kids are playing it. The B team are playing it. It's that consistency. I'm like you, Ox. I think I would like to see a bit more flexibility within the system, that it can move to either a 3-5-2 or a 4-2-3-1, just to tighten things up at times. Listen, Stevie G would probably argue that he does that on occasions. For example, at the weekend there when he was closing the game out, I mean, I think we had nearly 5 midfielders on the park. He'll tell you he does that. He just does it in moments throughout the game. But we'll see. Listen, the team will be interesting tomorrow night. I'm sure we'll all be waiting for it patiently. I'm still excited for the game and I'm looking forward to it, Hawks.
6:45 kickoff, yeah. Just a quick update. 1-0 to the Rangers ladies. A goal for Rachel McLaughlin after 8 minutes. Plays the ball through to Jane Ross, who flicks it into the back. Jane Ross scores after a great pass for Rachel McLaughlin. A brilliant finish. 1-0 to the Rangers ladies. And Rihanna, who spoke to you yesterday, she's on the bench. We done well for her.
Brilliant.
Maybe she wasn't over the excitement of being on the show last night. Maybe she was in there talking too much. Aye. So maybe that's why she dropped me. Talking to yourself, you know what I mean, mate?
That. She did speak to Fox before she spoke to me, so she might have been like that,
Aye.
Bit starstruck, eh?
Aye. Understand that.
It's always like that when you meet your heroes, isn't it?
Aye. Must admit, aye. And what does they say? Don't meet your heroes.
Be disillusioned forever.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, so we're building up to a massive game. Jaffa, just briefly, mate, we've not really had your thoughts on our forum or the weekend's game because we've not heard from you. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts, you think, Port?
Yeah, obviously, I heard the shows at the start of the week, Ox, and similar. I mean, I watched the game on Sunday, and it was hard to watch. It was tough. It was tough to get into it. We got the result. That was the best thing that happened. I tried my best just to, now that I've had the pleasure or the benefit of having 3 days and a press conference, and you can hear the manager's defence of all the stop-starting that's been going on. He's not had a settled team. You can't deny that. He's right. We've not had a settled team. I don't know what else to say on it, Ox, other than our form is poor. I've been at Ibrox. We've spoken about it on here a number of occasions this year, and it's there's still something. I don't know if it is just selection problems and COVID issues going on. I can, if there's any other contract issues going on in the background, I don't know, Ox. But It's fragmented. The performances are fragmented, that's for sure.
All right. The only thing I can put my finger on is just we're lacking a wee bit of confidence.
You know, as simple as that, things. You know, a couple of really strong results can swing that completely, Ox. And that, you know, performances and results are everything in goals. And as we often say, goals change games. We're not scoring a lot. That's the other thing that worries me. We're leaving ourselves 1-0s and teams coming back. Look what happened with Motherwell. They sneaked 2 points off us. You know, just by getting back at us quickly, and we're not killing games off the way we were last year. That's my only other point of view on it.
Aye. Listen, mate, pretty similar to what we've said, but we're glad to hear from you always. But Port, we're going to start looking forward, and Thursday night's a big game, Muckera.
Massive game, mate. Like Gaffer touched on, both teams probably need a win, Oxford, if I'm totally honest. I think Leon will run away with the first position, and I think it's between Rangers and Sparta to fight out for second place, mate. That's what I think the way it's going to go. So I think these two teams know that. They've got 8 players out though, through injury, etc. So I think, they're pretty depleted in their squad, but I think it's between Rangers and Sparta, mate, for the second position, and that's just the way it is.
Listen, if I'm being really honest, I know it's a league and you want to win because of the points, but I don't think it would be a disaster if we come away with a draw. If Leon win, then we would be second, third in the group, yeah. But we've played Sparta away from home, and we're still, it'd be 6-2-1-1, if that makes any sense, Jaffa, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, I don't think a draw would be a bad. It's away from home in Europe. At the end of the day, if anything we can take from that game would be seen as better for us than it would be for Sparta. And then we've got the return of them coming to Ibrox. Obviously, the next game after that's Brøndby at home, where we would hopefully pick up. The old adage, in Europe, you need to win your home games.
I'm looking for if we're still in the group and we get a result, I'm looking for 6 points against Brøndby. Hopefully, yep. I mean, I know it's not going to be that easy, but all of a sudden, if things went your way, you could be sitting with 7, and Sparta could still be sitting with 2 with the double header they've got against Leon.
Exactly.
All right, that's how the fixtures pan out. Am I right with that, Port Ben? I'll just check that.
I think you're right, mate. This is a great game, mate. We've got the record champs of the Czech Republic, who we've not met for 30 years, and they're about to meet the record champs of Scotland. So, but the problem with that is, mate, I don't know if you knew this stat, Rangers haven't won away from home in the Czech Republic in 40 years.
Yeah, I knew that, mate. Aye.
Yep, it's a tough place to go. The manager, the new manager, has been the manager for the Czech Republic for the last 10 years, and he's very well thought of there, mate. They reckon he's the best manager the Czech Republic's had, for 10 years certainly. Anyway, he's had great teams. Czech Republic's had great runs, and the Euros and stuff like that.
Obviously, they're obviously good sides, and obviously we came up across the team last year who we gave a game to and made a mad 10 minutes. There was a lot of similarities to maybe the Malmo games, but they turned azure and we sort of forgot about the result. Disappointed as we were, Jaffa, but obviously the controversy took over.
Yep. Yeah, it did, Ox, and that became the focal point of that. But yeah, we got turned over twice by them, and as you say, they kind of crazy. I mean, we had a great result over there, and we brought it back to Ibrox, but they scored 2. They were the better team on the night. They deserved to beat us. With no qualms, I'm no defending that in any way. But I don't think Sparta are quite at the level of what Slavia are. From what I read, and I know Port's.
But did they not beat the greatest team? Did they not beat the greatest team the world's ever seen 4-1-4-1?
Yeah.
The big guy that plays up for unfortunately he's not playing tomorrow night. His name's Julius.
Yeah.
He scored 5 goals against the greatest team in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh there. 5 goals he scored against them. Crazy.
Oh, we should sign him.
Come on down, Julius.
Talking about guys we should sign. We've been joined by Cal. Evening, Carl.
Oh, good evening. Well, I'm in a quandary here, Ox.
Right.
I want to put a bet on tomorrow.
Right.
I was thinking of a bridge man, but then again, I've got to find out what strip we're wearing tomorrow night.
Oh, do you like
That
the
might
purple?
sway me.
You're not liking it. You're not feeling it with the purple.
Oh, God, no. You know, football players are meant to be superstitious all the time, you know, sort of, I'll not put on my socks till I still run about. You know what I mean? And
Aye.
this purple strip, that doesn't inspire me with confidence, I must admit. When I see it, I go, oh, here we go again.
I think sometimes it matches your eyes on the Saturday when you come on the show, mate.
No, but you know what I mean?
Aye. Listen, I think it's a nice tap, but whether it's a nice strip is another thing, and I get your thing. We've not been great with it on.
But no, we've not been, you know, that's how... I don't know. But I don't think we're going to have too many changes to a team. Maybe Barisic will come in and Davis, and that'll be it, you know.
Goldson never travelled, Carl.
Who? Goldson?
No.
He didn't travel?
No.
That's all right. Hey, look, Ox, to tell you the truth, see if somebody's no want to sign a contract. You never know if he's want to play either, you know.
We don't think it's contract related. We think it's COVID related, mate.
Oh, no, another one, man.
Yes.
It's not that. That could be somebody else and all, you know, that maybe didn't travel either. You know what I mean? It's in the first team squad that wasn't in the European squad.
Aye, exactly. You know, that's how they
I mean, I didn't watch any. I didn't want to watch Stephen Gerrard's interviews. Usually I like it, but I can imagine it's just same old sort of thing, because he must be feeling a wee bit pressure too, you know.
He put one of the boys, he gave the boys a telling off. Jaffa?
He did, Carl. I don't know who the fella was, but I would imagine he's still smarting at this moment in time. Stevie put him in his place.
Well, I think that's right.
He suggested that we hadn't come to life yet, and Stevie, our manager, kindly reminded him that we were sitting top of the table, and how much more of life did you want us to come?
I know, that's all right. It's an easy one to answer, but the guy had a point as well. We really haven't came to life, have we? Have Rangers sparkled for you this season?
No, they haven't, Carl.
Only the purple top.
Oh, shush. Shush. No, but we were spoiled, I must admit. Last season, we were spoiled rotten. We get 10 seasons worth of good games out of last season, you know. But that's the standard they set for themselves.
Aye,
when you drop standards, you've got to expect criticism.
There's a guy comes on here, Albert, and Albert has been very, very vocal, Portbear, and what he says about last season. It's gone. Stevie G says that, and it's once in a generation, maybe once in two generations, that league for him last year. And that's what the stats tell you, Portbear.
Aye, if you think about it, mate, they just some of us, the last time we seen something like that, you know, I seen it before Arsenal when they had their invincible season. So I think to reach them heights and reach the levels they were at, I hoped they could reach maybe 75% of it, mate, but I knew they couldn't reach that 100%, because that was absolutely phenomenal. Can I just ask you, Cal? See when you're wearing your purple pants, can you not perform with your purple pants on, mate?
They clash with my pink t-shirt.
Carl's that super, he wears his pants over his trousers.
Hey, that's no super, that's called senile, by the way.
Right.
Starts with the same letter right enough, you know.
What's the score going to be tomorrow night, Carl?
I'm going for a bridge, man.
What? I'd bite your hand off, Jaffa.
Oof. Yeah, I'm with you, Carl. If I'll take a 1-0, pal, that'll do me perfect. That would be a brilliant result. Just going back a couple of wee points there, Ox. You were talking about Big Connor's not travelled, obviously, because of a COVID-related issue. There was actually official pictures of him training this morning. Came out of the club, so I'm not sure if he's maybe just been a close contact or something, because he was certainly looking good fettle in the training pictures.
Pick my words very wisely here. COVID-related.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, the bookies have now got us favourites for that game. So that 50p that Bridgeman put on is swayed on the betting.
Well, Ox, I was doing yesterday at the bookies, because I go down to the bookies nearly every day. Not to win anything, just to go and get a free cup of coffee because I'm Scottish. But we were 74. No, wait a minute, we were odds on. I got the coupon, on the machine, 47 on. I mean, how can that be? They must be as bad as Celtic.
I'm looking at another company, and they're 95 and we're 85. The betting's changed for yesterday, but we've moved into favourites, which is a bit of a shock for me, Port Bear.
Exactly. And that's it. You've got to go for correct score, unless you know how you will get Bugattis and Bentleys and that, and I've got an old, I think it's a Citroen it's called, sitting out there that's nearly as old as me. We need petrol.
All right, I'll give you. Listen, mate, if you want some petrol, speak to Jaffa. £100 a gallon. He's your man. Right.
That's all right. Can you put it in envelopes and send it to Southend?
Port Bear, and you come favourites. You shocked?
I'm not shocked, Oxford, because when I think of the two teams, I had a look at the two teams that we've played lately. Obviously, Slavia and Sparta. The team we played that put us out, they're the big spenders over there. They're the team that has, they've got in Dubai, they finished article, and they're a strong team that we realised. But the difference with this team, Sparta, they rely on youth, Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
So they promote a lot from within the club, and they've not got any sort of major stars, but they have got one real danger man, Adam Holzek. He's a rising star of Czech football. If Rangers can nullify him, and this is according to their press, and also their wingers, we should do very well. The Holzek stats, he's 91 games, 32 goals, 25 assists, and 10 caps, and he's only 20. So, that's frightening stats. That's our main man, because obviously the striker's out. But I think, mate, I do understand why we're favourites, because we have got a very good record in Europe, at home and away from home. So this is a tournament we usually turn up in, mate. This is a tournament when Alfie comes alive and certain other players. So probably on paper we're the better team, mate. So I would say yes, and I would say we'll win 2-0.
Oh, mate.
Wait a minute, pacemaker.
Oh, that's not your honour for that, Jaffa.
Oh, I mean, that would be dreamland if we scored 2 goals over there and we kept a clean sheet. Port. Any result will do me. Any result, any victory would be absolutely brilliant. It would be amazing.
I agree. Well, Carl, he's confident old Port there. What do you think?
What do you think about maybe playing Sakala more tonight for speed?
I did put him in my team for a bit of debate, but if I'm really honest, mate, in a way European tie, I think I'd like to bring him on with 25-30 minutes to go, mate. Yeah.
So that's no bad, but it's the time it takes them to get ready to come on. They never seem really ready to come on at any time. Any teams I've seen, I must admit, see this when they're going to make a sub. It takes them 20 minutes to get ready.
Aye, I get it, mate. And then they get the board out and tell you where you're going to go.
Aye. Well, that's something else. I've been watching. I watch a lot of the podcasts, but yous are still way up there. But there's a lot of this.
You mean top or near the bottom or what? Top?
Way up there, near the top.
Oh,
there's not many. I mean, some of them aren't even about Rangers. They just grab it on. But a lot of them have been saying that Alfie's definitely fat. My missus says he looks like a sausage, especially with that tight shirt on,
I don't know. I think. Listen, Morelos never really got a pre-season.
That's what I was thinking. He's about 3 weeks behind the rest of them,
And he started okay, Port, but he's not getting. Obviously, he was away with Columbia. Didn't play a lot of football. But I don't see a lot of difference in his physique. I just think he needs some goals for confidence, and then he'll look a different player.
I think he needs some boys into the box so he can get near goals, It does help,
Port.
Yeah, mate, like I says, I see this on the show the other night. I do think he is carrying a wee bit extra weight, but he's always been that sort of that build. And like I touched on earlier on, this is Alfie's tournament next year. This is when the Alfredo Morelos that we all love turns up. You know, so I think the wee man will be fired up. He knows he just loves to score goals in this tournament. He knows the teams are watching. He knows the big guys are out there scouting. So I wouldn't worry about Alfie. I think Alfie will still score 20 goals this season without a shadow of a doubt. I've no doubt about that. He'll still get his 20. He'll be our main man in Europe as always. On the Sakala thing, like Yorkshire, I think when the teams are stretched and Slavia are probably a bit more tired, I think Sakala needs more grass to run it. So if we're comfortably and we're sitting maybe 1-2-0 up, then we can sit in the counter attack and we can unleash his pace, because it's absolutely frightening, his pace. But can I put some to you guys? Does Hadji start tomorrow? Is this a game for Yanis Hadji?
Well, he split the panel last night. Carl?
Well, I like Yanis Hadji. I think he would be good in Europe, but for him to be good in Europe, we've got to have a slow game. You know, it's no a long ball game. You know what I mean? You know he's no fast. He's got the class, but he's just no fast. Get him the ball at his feet, he can do things. But don't expect him to run to catch boys, you know. But then again, we've not got a long ball out tomorrow night, have we? Nick Olsen.
Of course. Listen, we said he's no travel. Stranger things have happened that it's come in later on this afternoon. You never know. What's your thoughts, Jaffa?
Yeah, I'm not sure if depends if he's going to play Davis and Lundstrom in the middle of the park. I don't think he'll play Hadji. And along the third midfielder. I think that's probably going to be Kamara for his control of the game that Kamara brings. So I guess if he plays either just the one sitting midfielder, then I think Hadji will start. So I'm sitting on the fence. I don't really know. And up front, I would probably again agree. I think bring Sakala on, and I would start with Roof and Morelos and Aribo up front.
Oh, Hadji. Aribo or Hadji in the right hand of the front three. Is that the point you're making, or are you playing him in midfield?
I'm playing Aribo in midfield, mate. I'm going to. I'd like to see Lundstrom, Aribo, Kamara, and Hadji one forward, mate, in the front three.
Who's your team then? Quickly before we get to quarter two.
Yeah, but obviously McGregor back in goal, Tav, Bassey, Balogun, Borna, Kamara, Lundstrom, Aribo, Hadji, Roof, and Morelos.
No Davis?
No, not tomorrow night, mate, no.
Whoa.
No.
Bold. Carl, we'll get some. Yeah, give us your team quickly, mate.
McLaughlin, Tavernier. I don't know about the centenary defence. I'll say Balogun. I don't know who you can. In Bassey, I suppose it would have to be, or the young boy, and then Barisic. Aribo, Davis, and Kamara, and up front, is who you want to play. Morelos and Roof. I would maybe put right on.
Right, okay. All right, mate. Well, it's interesting. Jaffa, you get any thoughts quickly, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just always amazes me when we start talking about when we start picking up teams.
Jaffa, I cut across you, mate. We've just got something that's ready to roll. Get yourselves in mute, lads. Carl, you'll hear this in a second. Let's go, Foxy boy.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Hi, I'm Bridgeman.
And I'm Linda from Rangers Radio.
As part of our club's 150-year celebrations, Rangers Radio are holding a charity race night on the 26th of March 2022 at the Wee Rangers Club outside Ibrox Stadium.
Listeners have the opportunity to attend by purchasing tables for groups of 15, priced at £225 per table. This includes a table buffet, live entertainment and a disco. There are also opportunities for businesses, supporters clubs and individuals to sponsor races and place advertisements within the event programme.
Listeners, including those unable to attend, can purchase tickets online for the Super 6 Races Booze Cruise, priced at £5, to win a super selection of quality spirits provided by the Rangers Radio panellists. Races will also be streamed live on Facebook.
Any listeners wishing to attend or become involved in sponsorship should contact rangersradio@gmail.com.
All monies raised will go to the Emmy Smiley Charity Foundation, the Rangers Supporters Erskine Appeal and the Robert Mulholland Memorial Parade.
We look forward to the Rangers Radio listeners' continued support for these great causes.
Down to the line, maximum security wins the Kentucky Derby, and then it was Country House second, followed by.
There you go. That's the
very
big
interesting.
We've been working on it. We've been working on it, and we've had to get a lot of things sorted. And we're celebrating the club's 150th anniversary, and people have got the chance to support good charities through Rangers Radio, and all the money raised will go to the charities. Jaffa.
Oh, brilliant, Ox. That's amazing. Really brilliant. That sounds really, really awesome. Well done to everybody who's organised all the goings on, and delighted to get involved in it, Ox, in any way I can.
Port Bear.
Aye, mate. Brilliant. Well done to everybody, all involved. This has been going on in the background, as you said, for a wee while. Great charities, mate. You couldn't have picked any better charities to go.
Rangers family charities, yeah, if you know what I mean.
Yep, exactly, mate. All guys linked to the show, linked to Rangers. We're just a family, mate. And like you touched on, every single penny will go to all them charities. It'll be a great night. Lots of good entertainment. Lots of good people there. So get your tickets, people.
Yep. Cal, I know you've ended on.
That sounds magic. That sounds really good. But I've got another thing to say.
Yes.
Have any of you been? Well, I know you have been on YouTube. Have you watched Disco Lights with Blue Nose?
No.
You click on it. It is absolutely top of the range. I watched it at 12 o'clock last night and had a wee laugh to myself, a wee dance about the living room. It was great.
Right, mate.
It really is.
We'll let you go, mate, yeah. And it was all
right, okay. See you next time. All the best for tomorrow. We are a people.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
See you, Cal.
Bye, mate. Bye.
What, man? Just to let people know it's listening, obviously, the tickets will be based on a first come, first serve basis. We're trying to sell at the hall as quick as possible. They've started moving already because obviously people involved with the show. But there is tickets available, and we want to try and accommodate as many people as we can. So first come, first served, and the tables are 15 people. We're not saying that you have to buy a table to go, but get together with other people and maybe split a table and data. So we're not dealing with so many individual tickets. We just want to get the tickets sold so we can move on to selling horses, getting sponsorships in, getting adverts, and raising money for worthy causes to celebrate our club's 150th anniversary. Jaffa.
That's brilliant, Ox. That'll be a brilliant night. That will be a brilliant night. I can't wait, mate. And as anything you need or anything you want me to do or get involved, I'd be delighted to help out.
Oh, don't worry. I'm no shy, and if I'm no shy, I know somebody else that might ask Port Bear.
That's one thing we're not, mate, is shy, are we?
You might regret saying that, Jaffa.
Get me on the quiz. I'm good at them.
Oh, aye. Just quickly, 34 minutes, 2-0. The Spartans keeper palms the ball off the line, which falls to Brogan Hay, who buries it into the net.
Brilliant.
So there you go, 2-0 already to the young ladies.
Well done, Brogan.
up at the training centre, moving up the league. So good result for them. Keep it going. Hopefully get a few more goals. But Port, obviously we're looking for the listeners to get involved, and we're also going to be showing the races on the night on Facebook for people who can't get. And we understand that there's people all over the place who listen to Rangers Radio, so we're trying to accommodate and get as many people involved as possible. And we're having a Super 6 race where you can we'll give you details how you can do it online, and then you'll be able to take part and have a go. It's like the old play spot. There's 6 races. It's race numbers 1 to 8. You can take a shot, and the person with the most winners out of the 6 will win it. If there's a tie, we'll draw it out of a hat. Yeah, simple as that. But we're looking to make as much money as possible for these worthy causes. Port Bear.
Aye, indeed, mate. Definitely get involved. If you want to donate anything, is that fair to say, Ox?
Of course, we'll take anything. We'll take for skipper.
Yes, just get in contact with the email address that Linda so kindly provided during our advert. So get involved, guys. Get signed up. Get involved, and let's make this night a night to remember, to celebrate our club's 150 year celebration, because this is, as I said, the causes are excellent, and also it's an important year for the club. So this will be a fantastic night, and you might be, if you attend, you might get to meet some of the crazy gang.
I doubt that very much. Yeah. Right. Okay. Aye. Right, we're getting near the tune, but aye. Listen, we picked the charities, Jaffa, because of the Rangers connections. That was it.
Yeah.
You could go on all day, and there's other worthy causes as well, but obviously, and we've got a connection with Robert Mulholland. He was a boy for Drumchapel. Stevie connection, the Party White Inch lad as well. So I've got a connection there as well. So there's a reason why we picked all the charities, you know.
And worthy causes they are, indeed. I mean, the Emily Smiley charity is a brilliant charity, Ox.
Doing a lot of good work.
They do brilliant work, and so is the Erskine charity, which is just brilliant. And the Robert Mulholland Foundation is a great charity that I know is well supported and highly thought of here amongst the Rangers radio family. So great charities.
It wouldn't be fair to say that Robert Mulholland is to support their parade, because it's not a registered charity, but they need money to have the parade to remember the boys. So it would be right to put that right in case anybody thinks and goes looking for it as a registered charity. But it's something we feel is important that keeps going, because it's part of your tradition, and it needs money to function. It needs money to function, so that's why we picked that out.
And that's a great cause as well. And as I said, it's very close. And I know we done the badges on Rangers Radio not that so long ago for last year.
Yes.
So, great causes, Ox. Brilliant. Couldn't have, they're great. They're just, and they're very close to all of us. We all support them in our own way, and it'll be great to do it through Rangers Radio. And the charity night will be a hoot. It'll be a hoot.
Here. We're looking forward to it. And we're going to be badgering you for the next 6 months, Port Bear, aren't we? We're going to be badgering you, yeah. And it's no money for us. It's no money for the show. We want you to take part. We want you to enjoy it, even if you can't make it. If you can get involved through a business, supporters club, or individuals, we'd love to take some of your spare change off you. We're no shy, Port.
Not at all, mate. So, the ball's out and I'm shaking it. So help us as much as you can, guys. To all great causes.
Even the event, even when we're holding the event, there's a Rangers connection. We felt it was right that we went to a place where, again, we could support a club that obviously needs. It's the wee Rangers club. It's exactly what it says. The tin, Jaffa.
Yep. Again, a great part of all of us, Ox, especially the maybe our age group, and you're the young team obviously, but the older guys, the wee Rangers club obviously has been a great part of the Rangers family, and still is, but it still needs to function, and it needs us to go and hold events there and spend more money there to keep it going and pay all the salaries and keep it part of the Rangers family, make it flourish.
So any businesses that are listening and anybody wants to get involved with the adverts and the programmes, we will be sending it out electronically. So it'll go to all our people connected that we tie up with through all the social media, which runs into literally tens and tens of thousands, Port Bear. And obviously it'll be there on the night. and your business will get mentioned if you wish on the show as we develop the advert for now to March. And to place an advert in the programme will be £100. Simple as that. You know.
It's not a lot of money, mate.
Fox says, can he use some of the cards he gets out the phone boxes? But I said no.
Especially the phone boxes he hangs about.
I know, I said no. I can't do that. It's a family show. But so that's what we're planning to do. And obviously, I hope people are happy with what we've done. And it's took a lot of work to get this far. But we need your support so we can make a lot of money again for these worthy causes. Port.
Aye, mate, indeed. You know, you mentioned about, you know, companies out there and businesses to get involved. You know, for obviously they're going to be mentioned for the next 6 months. Great advertising for all businesses and anybody that wants to get involved, mate. So I think that's another great idea. So if anybody can help, like Oxjer says, it'll be well appreciated.
There's some organisations have got some sense, but if you've got it, you can give it, or words to that effect. Right. And all donations are welcome. All donations are welcome. When we've done all the people involved in the show with the spirits, we got Bridgeman came in with his. It was a baby sham, but he says, I have signed it. So what could we do, Port Bear? We had to accept it.
Oh, aye, yep. We're kind that way, mate. We're kind that way.
Mm-hmm. Right, so that's it. We will be playing the advert a lot between now, and it will change and it will grow. And we'll repeat it later on the night just to get you know, and we'll be posting it on all the social media platforms that we deal with. But we're not ashamedly, we do one charity event a year. Because we're not for profit, and all our money we make always goes to charity. And this is it this year, but it's to tie in with the 150th anniversary. And who knows? I've had messages already. Will this be an annual event? Let's get the first one out of the way, and we'll take it from there, Jaffa.
Exactly, Ox. I'm sure they'll be. You know, we you want to get the first one and make sure we get it right and get everybody involved. All the Rangers family that listen to Rangers Radio. Get them to donate, get the businesses, get their advertising, and as you say, raise as much money as we possibly can for those 3 brilliant charities.
But more and more details will be coming forward, and we'll be doing it quite quickly, get everything out there so we can get you more details of how you can get involved and all the details and the links. And we'll play the advert later on. But it's only right. We get ready for a tune. Is that all right, Port Bear?
Brand new, mate. Brand new.
We're not disappointed anybody with a big announcement, but we have been working hard to get that arranged along with a lot of other people, yeah?
I hope not, Ox. I think the amount of work that's went in with you guys in the background is nothing short of fantastic. So I'm sure everyone will buy into that.
You hear? Port?
Yeah, mate, I totally agree. Just remember, Oxford, if you want to add, we're going to be auctioning off a dance with Bridgeman and a dance with Fox.
I don't think you'll find. I think one of them will not be possible, mate. One of them will not be possible. Yeah.
One
right.
could be a kissogram.
You need to be there, right? Be quiet, right? Right. Get yourself a mute. We're going to have a tune.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park.
Scotland.
successful team in football. With Scotland's gallant few, with times they have been hard, will follow near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands at Ibrox Park. Whoa, whoa,
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
We played that tonight to dedicate to, I was going to say young Ross, but not so young Ross, the Union Bears capo, who's stepping down for his role. He's been at that a long, long time. And I suppose the sands of time wait for no man, and his life's moved on. I think he was a year above me at school, so I know he must be getting a wee bit older. So, all the best, Ross, and thanks for all you've done to help create an atmosphere at our stadium, and hopefully somebody will step into your shoes. Big shoes to fill, and a lot of organisation goes on to do anything, and we appreciate it. So, all the best to you, son, and well done.
Here, Ox.
Yep. Sorely missed, mate. Sorely missed.
Well, aye, the boys built that up and made it grow. So hopefully people take the cudgel up and can and take it to the next level if that's what they want to do, the young team. Because without young supporters, you don't have a club. You know.
No backbone. Well, the backbone, Ox. You know, and not a lot of those old guys that that are all old and beautiful. You need a team to crack on with it.
Yeah. So, aye. We're going to try and get Ross on the show. I think that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Hear about his journey if we can. Shout out to anybody knows him. We'd love to hear from him. We'd love to hear now that he's finishing up. Knowing that he's finishing up being a Rangers supporter, but we'd just love to hear about his journey with the UB. Yeah, I think it would be a good listen, Port Bear.
A bit an excellent story, mate. The absolute, atmosphere they create is second to none, mate. It's outstanding. They're a lifeblood of your support, in my opinion. And Ross has done a fantastic job creating that atmosphere along with the rest of the young team. But like Jaffa touched on, without that young mob, mate, that's the future of the club. So, in support terms, so we need them. And I think Ross's story would be absolutely fantastic, mate. I totally agree.
Aye. What made them? Obviously, it was fashionable, and they set it up, and they started with 1, 2, 4, 6, 12, 16, 32, 64. The numbers have grown and grown.
I was watching them just the other week there, Oxted. I was sitting at the opposite end of the stadium, and I was we were admiring over, we're looking over at them, and there was literally thousands of them. And it was great. They were jumping up and down, and the songs were brilliant, and they were setting off the terraces. Get me the terraces, showing my age, the stands. But it was good. They do bring a brilliant atmosphere to the Brox. It's great to have them along every week, and they're loyal. They're loyal that you can't believe.
Aye, and the young men will get in relationships. I had to pick my words wisely there. They'll get in relationships, and they'll have families, and they'll have kids, and they'll be supporters of your club, and that's the way it goes. That's what happens in families. What?
100%, mate. And then obviously they have to pass the torch on to their families. Like Ross is going to have to pass the torch on to the next guys who are going to take that further. I just commend them on some of the displays I've seen, mate. Some of the stuff we've seen display-wise all through Glasgow when we won the league.
Oh, that's the one along the Clyde. The one along the Clyde, jeez, oh.
Exactly, mate. Things like that you'll never forget that, will you? And these boys created that.
Right, these boys created that. People might try and intimidate it, copy it. Intimidate, that wrong word. People might try and they might try and copy it, but you'll never ever, because of the timing and the way it was done. They've done it, and it was just superb. It was just superb.
Yeah, and the some of the, as you say, some of
imitate was the word I was looking for.
Some of the posters. Some of the posters. I think even Rangers retweeted the one when it says "put that on a poster." when we beat them 2-0 last year. That was priceless. That was brilliant. So yeah, the Union Bears and Ross deserve an enormous amount of credit from all the Rangers family.
They've obviously got a very impressive creative team, guys.
They obviously put a lot of work and have a lot of conversations. What we can do, what we can't do, what will work. You know, the display the last Old Firm game was absolutely superb. It just doesn't happen in 5 minutes. You know. You know, it's like Foxy's hair. It just doesn't happen in 5 minutes. There's a lot behind it.
No, getting that hairspray on, and it takes a lot of time.
Yes. We're only jealous, Jaffa. We're only jealous.
Don't call me highway for nothing, Ox.
Hey, there's nothing up with being follically challenged, Ox, Gia. I'm follically challenged.
But what they say to you is grass doesn't grow in a busy street.
Brilliant.
Oh dear. Sorry, Port. I'm only joking.
No, mate. All good fun.
I'm only joking.
You're not being condescending there in any way, Ox, are you?
Nah, I couldn't spell that, Jaffa. You don't do anything you can't spell.
Because there's somebody else doesn't like being condescending.
No, I know. Oh, aye. I think that was the old caravans and dogs moment the day. That's the start. I think. Anyway, enough. I think he's doing a great job, but there you go. That's just me.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. Where are we? Right. All right. I'm all right. I'm trying to think of my team. If I was picking the team, Port, right? I was picking the team, right? I would go with tomorrow night. I would go with, because of the circumstances, I would go with McGregor. I've changed it to McGregor. McLaughlin last night. McGregor, Tav, Balogun, Bassey, Borner, Kamara, Davis, Lundstrom, and Arfield. A Rebo or Hadji with a free roll with Morelos up top. And then I would tell the two forwards they've got to give everything you've got. And then you've got Roof, Sakala and Hadji or Aribo to come on to really influence the game if you need it in the last half an hour. That's my thinking. I don't think that will be the team, Port. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
I understand it, mate. You're playing with two number 10s and you get plenty of cover with Davis. Was it Davis, Kamara, Lundstrom, you says, mate? Am I right in saying that? Oh, sorry, Arfield.
And Davis, Kamara, Lundstrom and Arfield, yeah?
Aye, so you get plenty of cover there, mate, to have two number 10s in the team. Joe Rebo, Hadji, arguably probably the two most creative players in my opinion.
I couldn't play the two of them because I've only got one of them up top with Morelos, yeah?
Oh, just put one up top, sorry, mate. Aye, right, fair enough.
4-4-2.
Yeah, 4-4-2. Yeah. Aye, no, you know,
strong team ups.
So, yeah, definitely a strong team.
That my thinking is, well, listen, McGee's a bit of cover. The two boys in there at the back, and they would decide. They would decide who would be the more forward, with Davis sitting and doing the more defensive duties, and Lundstrom goes and joins in along with the others. Yeah, but that's my rationale. That's what I would do. I don't think that will happen, Jaffa, but that's what I would do.
No, I'd like you, Ox. That would be a team that would, if I saw that down at the start of the game, I'd be delighted. I would be, in fact, I'd be very, very. I would believe that we would get a result out with that team. But he'll stick with the 4-3-3. Listen, he knows better. I'm not going to decry Steven Gerrard. I don't have the ability to do it. And he doesn't get to where he is today. Not knowing what he's talking about. He'll know what our best formation is and what he's up against. They've done well up until now, and as Port was saying at the start, our European form has been very, very strong. Well, actually, the last few games, granted. I think you said a great start the other night there. We've not won in 5. Is that right, Ox? So
in Europe, Jaffa.
In Europe, aye, we've not won in 5.
We won at Ibrox when Lundstrom gets sent off. Yeah.
Of course.
One game in 7 we've won. Yeah.
In 7. That's quite a strong number, that, isn't it?
We played 5 this year and we've only won 1. Yeah, and we played the 2 against the Czechs. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so it would be fair to say, that we're forming Europe was last year, to use the manager's analogy today. That's done. It's we've not been so to get a good performance. A 4-4-2 would be a great formation to play away from home tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
A great formation.
I don't think it'll happen, but that would be my rationale. Port. Oh, lost Port. He's doing a bridge.
Had to harm at some point, didn't it?
If the cap fits.
Oh. I can't say nothing. I've done it at the start.
That's my rationale, Port, but I don't think it'll happen.
No, I understand, mate. It's all about opinions, and we've all gave different teams, different scores, different formations. But ultimately, like Jaffa says, he probably will still go with a tried and tested 4-3-3. Do I think it's always right? No, I probably don't. I've been saying for a number of weeks that I think we do need to have a page 2. Michael Beale needs to try and change something, especially like we've touched on here several times, and we can all see it in the first 10-15 minutes. We can pretty much predict what way our game's going to go this season. So I understand your rationale, mate, but everybody's opinion on here means so much, and I think there's never a bad opinion. I think everybody's got the same opinion on what's best for Rangers. But it'd be nice to see a wee change up, because I believe it would absolutely shock a team next year, because he is so stubborn, these teams.
Yep, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, we'll see. We've got to see what other people think. I've just been sent a message for Southside, and he's gone for McGregor, Tab, Bassett, Balogun, Borner, Davis, Lundstrom, Kamara, Aribo, Alfie, and Hadji. 4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah. Strong team too. Very strong team.
Aye. But I'll be seeing.
I mean, by all accounts, sorry, Ox. Sorry.
No, carry on, mate.
I was just going to say, it was interesting in the press conference, and I noticed that when I heard it earlier on this afternoon. He specifically spoke about Stephen Davis, and he done it up at Dundee as well at the weekend, that he was giving him a rest. So I can only imagine that Davis must be in line for a start tomorrow night, Ox.
That would be the rationale, mate. I agree. You any thoughts, Port?
I have, mate. I understand why you guys want Davis in. Experience head, great at my wee midfield general, been in there. I think John Lundstrom's played probably 2 of his best games. I'd like to see him getting that 3rd game under his belt next year, just to give. I think the gaffer sort of touched on it, just so we don't need to keep asking so much of Stephen Davis in that midfield to keep the legs in there. That's my only rationale why I picked Lundstrom instead of Davis, mate. I'd like to see him getting another game under his belt, maybe 3 in a row, and let the guy, continue to develop. And if we need to bring Davis on, then we can bring him on.
I think he'll start. Jaffa?
Yeah, I think he'll start Davis. But Port, your thoughts on it are bang on, mate. Lundstrom has had 2 really good, strong games. He has, and he's looked the part. But I'm going that Europe's the way the gaffer sees it moderately differently, and Davis, because he's got that experience. I think that'll be the final decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, mate. I think if I'm totally honest, I believe you next year are 100% right. But that's just my theory. I would like to see the guy being rewarded with his 3rd game in Europe, and have.
He might play both of them.
Legs. He might do. He might do.
He might, because if he feels there's a bit of weakness at the back, which, you know, we're losing Balogun, let's not be kidded, it's a blow. He might want to protect the back four and then therefore play two holding. Sorry, Golson, beg your pardon, Golson. Sorry, frightening the life out of everybody.
It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how it pans out tomorrow night with Connor being out, and then sometimes you don't know what you've got to. He's no there, Jeff.
Yep, as we said earlier on, people step up. You know, things. You know, young guys. This is how Nathan Patterson got into the Team Hawks last year when Tav went out injured, and it was a necessity he was brought in. But we all after a couple of games when kid looks the real deal, and Big Bassy might, if he plays, might show us what he's got. He might be better at centre back than he is at left back.
You never know, mate. You never know. Stranger things have happened in football. You know, you get a jersey through somebody else's misfortune and that gets you in a team. It's happened in the past. Yeah. You know, it's happened in the past. You need a bit of luck. Somebody's got to start somewhere, you know.
Yep, totally.
I think we've been joined by Albert. He's come in and joined this evening, Albert.
Evening, mate. How are you?
All right, mate. Yeah.
Aye, how's everybody else? All right, all good, aye?
Good, mate.
Brand new, mate.
I'm in with my team, mate.
Right, okay. This should be good.
Right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Right. McGregor, Balogun, Lundstrom, Bassey. Midfield, Tav, Buchanan, Davis, Kamara, Aribo. Up front, Sakala and Wright.
Well, I wouldn't have predicted that. Jaffa?
Actually, I clearly have forgotten, Albert, that Scott Wright was even around, you know, because he's not been informed recently. Listen, so you've gone a 3-5-2.
Aye, and I'm going with Lundstrom playing sweeper.
Right.
Sweeper.
So,
there's a blast for the passport, Bear. And Albert, there's a blast for the pass. Sweeper. That's a position that's disappeared. Don't understand it myself, Albert.
No, I mean, with inexperience with Bassey there and Balogun not being the main man, he's always been back up to Golson sort of in the park I'm talking about. But Lundstrom can get in there and do a wee bit of experience, do a bit of cover, and that's what I'm thinking anyway. Because he looks, if he's more settled in a defensive role, Lundstrom, than he is in an attacking role. So I think he would do a job in there, honestly. He'll not play sweeper, I'm not saying he will, but I think he'll play better in the back line. I'm looking for the speed.
I see you've got two pacey wingers, two pacey players up front, I get it. But Scott Wright, at the moment, is his form justifying a game at all, Albert?
Probably no, but we need his pace. We need his pace because I think they're going to attack us. So, for all accounts, they're tricky on the wings. I don't know if they take players are playing. I know they've got injuries and all that, but you've got to assume they've got tricky players and fast players. And Gerard already said they're fast. No, I mean they're full of running and fast. So what I'm looking at is just bury them with players in the middle of the park, so they can't run anywhere. They're just running into you, and then just fire the ball up to the two speed merchants and say, go and see what you can do. Later on, bring on Morelos. But I don't think you're going to need Morelos in this type of game, because I don't think it's that type of game for a hard up sort of centre forward. I think this is a game for speed, because I think you're going to get space to run in behind them, and Morelos has no get pace to run in behind them, really.
No, just a wee 63rd minute, 3-0 to the ladies. The goal comes from a good effort from Brogan Hay. The ball is cleared off the line and falls perfectly to the feet of Jane Ross, who puts a way to strengthen Rangers' lead. 3-0. Always good to hear the Rangers winning, Albert.
Aye, I had Brogan in my team tonight, I know.
Go to girls,
you've no got in it.
By the way, I was marking out that team for tomorrow night. I had 22 players on the park, by the way, so I'm saying, just play them all. See, so let's carry on, doesn't it?
I was doing a wee bit of snooting earlier on, lads, and I noticed that Sparta play, you might have got this as well, Port, when you were looking at the background on them. They play a 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
That's a system that they play. They seem to be quite rigid.
He's been studying them intently, Port Bear.
Yeah, mate. Like yourself, Jaffa, you've always been having a wee look yourself. In the last, Sparta, 5 wins, 6 games, scoring 16 goals in the process. But their form started in recent weeks. They would have a defeat and a draw to Poulsen and Jablonec. They also that was bookended also by the draw against Brøndby. So there was a stuttering sort of second part of the start after getting the 5 wins. So they're not in the best of form. So I think Rangers, if they play, turn up with the tempo and they press them and we play the Rangers way, I think we get a result here tomorrow night, guys. I really do. I think their form's not been great.
So that's how you're going for a strong 2-0 then? Is that your rationale?
Yep. That's my rationale, mate. Yep.
All right, okay.
Yep. And also 8 players out.
Aye, we've heard that in the past in European ties.
Yeah.
The next thing they're in front of you playing, isn't it, Albert?
You're going, wait a minute, you're supposed to be injured. And the whole back four. Where did they all come from? My score prediction is 3-2 to the Rangers.
Don't know if my nerves will take that. What are you going to do in the morning night? You need to miss the last bit of the chase, Albert.
Oh, I know. I'll tape that.
All right, okay.
So, tape it.
So I'll get one of those modern setups. I'll get Betamax, of course. I'm not into that VHS nonsense.
That's what I like about you. You're always moving with the times.
Aye, it's always backward. It's never forward. But good to watch. What a 3-2 tomorrow night. Win it for the Rangers. That'd be great.
Any victory. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to draw. I want to win the match, but I wouldn't be overly upset if you come away for a European tie in the Czech Republic with a draw. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Jaffa?
Yep. Yeah, we said that earlier, Ox. I'd love a win, Albert. I'd take any win. 3-2 would be great. Actually, it'd be a brilliant game. A 3-2, but any victory would be absolutely right up my street. But I'll like Ox. If we get a draw, I'll take it.
Port just been sent something that their last 2 games, this team scored 8 goals. You there?
No, 1-5-2.
They scored 8 goals in their last 2 games.
They played a cup game. A team called
we've not scored 8 goals. I don't think we've scored 8 goals all season.
Now, the ones I've got is the league Ox here. That's the league I'm talking about, mate.
All right, okay, we'll give you that.
Port, you're going to have to put the jotter down your trousers the same as that reporter today. You're going to get leathered. Carry on like that. He took a sore one at you, didn't he?
Oh, he did. Aye. Port's playing Bridgeman tonight, so we've got to let him off.
Aye, right. Go on mute, Port.
If Port was Port, but now he's Bridge because we can't say a word to him.
Bridge's stunt double.
I'm glad you said that.
It was good to listen to him putting him down. I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. That was the best thing of the day for me. He'll be sitting there. I bet you he's sitting the night going like that. So and so, I'll get him for that.
He's been sitting thinking of that question all day, mate. That's what's happened.
Oh, I know. Smack, kicked out the park. There you go. Take the question with you. For beauty. An absolute beauty. But anyway, you go where you deserve. You ask stupid questions, you get stupid answers, know what I mean?
I think he's getting a wee bit fed up with it. I think he recognises that he can't play champion football over a whole season. He knows it's not quite there, and he keeps saying it. There's meant to come. He knows it. The ingredients are there, but he's still got them right, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, the game, no heart back all the time, but the game on Sunday there, or Saturday, sorry, was what it was. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. No, I mean, but the result was that we're sitting top of the league, we're in the semi-final, we're in the group stages, so there's nothing to complain about. I mean, I know I complain a lot, and everybody else is complaining, but there isn't really anything to complain about apart from a few guys playing a bit better. So as far as I'm concerned, it's forget it, move on to the next game. So we're at the next game now, so just go on with it. I'm a great believer, and don't look back, keep looking forward, and just carry on, see what you can do. And by the way, all this is down to other teams as well. I mean, sometimes as we all think we're on the park we're selling, we're just doing this deliberately. The other teams are out there to make it difficult for you. So it's not entirely down to Rangers playing rotten. It's other teams lifting their game. I mean, I think they all get fired up because of the Boyd column writing about Griffiths. I think they all get fired up because of that, because they've not been playing like that all season. Let's be honest. If they were playing like that all season, they'd be sitting about third or fourth in the league. So as Rangers come into town, Griffiths gets a wee bit of a kicking, which he deserves, and they all just get fired up. I mean, so there you go. You got to take that into consideration. You know what I mean?
I just think Boyd said if you get it out, don't be surprised if you get it. It was as simple as that for me, his article. Yeah,
exactly, mate. I mean, exactly. And what he said was right. He wasn't pulling any punches. But right, if you dish it out, you've got to take it back. And he's not been taking it back for 10 years, and he's got the press covering his backside all the time. So hey ho, he was always going to let them down. No, I mean they were. I mean, you got to remember. I know, guys. He was the poster boy for our campaign, that European campaign there for Scotland. He was the poster boy, and you're saying that wee clown. By the way, anyway, that's another story for another day. Aye, another story.
Enough about him. Because you might let your guard down. I know how diplomatic you're. Did you hear an advert about our night out?
Superb, mate. Fantastic. Oh, I am definitely up for it. Fantastic. Looking forward to that. I went in the Almonds and I was looking about the sparkly tops, so I'll be having a sparkly top on.
Are you bringing your swing, old bear?
Bring on what?
You bringing your swing?
I'm bringing my swing, so I'm bringing a wife and a girlfriend, so be a full table for me.
Talking about girlfriends, we'll be joined by Amanda and even Amanda.
I'm beginning to think I tune into the wrong time every night in this show. I wondered what show I joined in there. I thought I'd joined the wrong show. Anyway, how are you all doing? All right?
You're looking forward to the game tomorrow night, tomorrow tea time.
Aye, I think, I mean, I'm not good at predicting scores, but I just think any kind of win, even if it's an ugly win, a 1-0 will do me. You know what I mean?
I take that.
I mean, I couldn't care less if we just won 1-0 as long as we get the result we need tomorrow night. Do you know what I mean? I think, okay, on Sunday we played well. We got the points we needed at the end of the day. So that was another 3 points in the bag. Need to look to tomorrow night and do the job tomorrow night, and then just focus on the next league game, a game at a time. You know what I mean? So I think it's looking not too bad. Considering when we saw at the start of the season, we thought, oh crikey, here we go, you know. But no, it's not panned out like that. It's panned out quite well actually so far. So here's hoping. You know what I mean?
We're going to run. Jaffa.
Exactly. Hi, Amanda. How you doing, pal?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad, thanks. Not bad. Well, listen, Amanda. It's a top of. I mean, we've got a big game tomorrow. And it's a top of the table clash on Sunday. Obviously, we a game against Hibs. That's what happens when you're at Rangers. It's just everybody wants to play and beat the Rangers, and we've got to step up to that. We've not been in great form, Amanda. I'm sure you would agree with that. But we've been getting the results.
Getting results. But we've not been playing fantastic league football or anything, you know.
But at the end of the season, all of that's forgotten because all that matters is that we win the league. And the result last weekend contributes to that. We've got another 3 points. 6 points above ahead of, what is classed as one nearest rivals, which is basically falling away in significance, quite frankly.
I know.
So long may that continue. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. It'll be a great game, and Sunday will be a great game as well against Hibs.
That's that. I get my pre-game haircut, so that's me done. Change my colour and all.
All right.
I'm back to brunette, not blonde.
Nice to know, Amanda. Nice to know.
I just thought I'd let you know, just in case you're missing so much that you don't want to see my hair colour. I'm only kidding. But no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. So anyway, I'll let you go and let more callers come in. Okay, and here's hoping for tomorrow night. Speak to you soon. Bye.
I know you've made Sunday night. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I keep saying it all, Bear. When she gets with her shiny, she'll be a great caller.
Oh, she only half, know what I mean? We need to coax her out her shell, know what I mean?
Brilliant. Oh, she just loves the Rangers. You can hear it in her everything she says. Port Bear.
Aye, mate, she's a great caller. She, while it cheers you up, absolute passionate about our club. And I wonder if she's got a few blonde and blue highlights next year. So maybe look out for her on Sunday when we're at a game. But aye, she's a cracking lassie, mate. Cracking lassie.
Aye, I hope everybody remembers you're still going to go down through the COVID protocols for Sunday, yeah?
Yep,
Even
indeed.
though suspended. What?
Yep, all done.
What protocol?
It's on the main site, mate. Yeah?
I'm not getting that passport. I'm not getting that. I'm going down to Ibrox. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm serious, by the way, what I'm going to do here. I'm going down to Ibrox. I'm not having any passport. I'm going up to the gate. If they're going to try and stop me, I'm going to try and push my way by into the game. And if they want to jail me. But I'm not carrying papers. It's no Nazi Germany we're in. I'm not carrying papers. I'm done with her. So the Führer can go and take her passports and ram them up a ring, because I am not carrying a passport at any time.
Maybe it'll be a day for the pub after. You can show you're old enough to get a drink.
Aye, By the way, one of the reasons I'm not doing it is where does this end? I'm not going to get political, but
I get all that, mate. I get all that.
So I'm going down there to try and get in.
Well, the only place
and they can't jail us all. They can't jail us all.
The only place in the UK is doing it, I believe.
I know. Typical. Remember the good old days that it used to be red Glasgow? I remember that, Kerry. Remember bullshit Glasgow? Yeah. We're the try out for everything now, aren't we? The non-smoking carry on everything.
Don't get me started, mate. Don't get me started.
But anyway, so the old Bear will be there without a passport. So come ahead, the lot of yous. So she can send in my liquor if she wants.
Moon then.
Oh dear. I might get down early just so I can see this. What do you think, Jaffa?
That'll be entertaining, old Bear, that's for sure. But I dare say, like everything else, you'll probably walk straight in and nobody will say a word to you.
I don't think it'll not happen, mate. I think it's just going to be one of these things you're going to have the procedures in place, yeah?
Spot
well, it's either that nothing's going to happen, or you're going to see a wee fat baldy guy getting dragged about with his brand
Right, so where are we then? Tomorrow's game. I was not getting the greatest record. I think it was yourself, Port Bear, that dug that one out. We've got a terrible record in the Czech Republic, yeah?
Right, 30 years, mate. 30 years since we've beat a team from Czech Republic away from home. Aye, yep, 30 years, mate.
Mm-hmm. Aye, there've been Sparta Prague and who else? Obviously, Slavia Prague. They've been top sides. They always had that part of the world. Always a good football sides, Jaffa, didn't they?
They have, Vox. Aye, they have always produced some really talented players. For as long as I can ever remember. And they've, even in as you say, in recent at the Euros just past there. They weren't fancied at all, and they cuffed Scotland, didn't they? And then went on. They got down to Wembley, and I can't remember who they played in the next round. But the big guy was playing up front for them. They're a decent team.
It's Spartans pull a goal back in the ladies' game, and Rangers reply within a minute when Chelsea corner. What the name of it is? Chelsea's corner as she fires down the wing and pings into the back of the net on the 74th minute. 4-1 now. 4-1.
Easy street. Just need the boys to do the same, Laura, mate.
Chelsea corner. Huh? Aye, Port Bear, Albert, we've seen a few Czech teams over the years, and they've always been decent sides, huh?
Aye, they're always technically good, aren't they? I'm not, for all accounts, I've not seen anything of this team either, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't be surprised if the usual Czech team. But anyway, apart from that, I've seen plenty of the Rangers. Can I talk about them? It'll be a hard game. It's always hard, isn't it? You don't get any easy games. It's the old cliches, isn't it? You just don't. So roll the sleeves up. I mean, wee bit of adversity. The big Goldson's no playing. So you've got your backs are against the wall right away. You know what I mean? Because you're basically your first choice centre backs are no playing. So let's go on with this. No, I mean, this is going to be really interesting. If Big Bassey plays, well, we're going to see something tomorrow, by the way. We're going to see if the boy actually plays well there, well, you can say, like, that's his position. If he doesn't play well there, which I hope that's not true, but if he doesn't play well there, well, he's sort of signing his in, you're going to be a left back if you stay at Rangers sort of certificate, isn't he? So I hope he plays. I hope he plays well at sent off.
All right, well, we're joined by Baloo. Evening, Baloo.
How you doing, boys?
Aye, I'm better for hearing you, mate. I'm better for hearing you. Good to hear you, mate. What's on your mind?
Nothing much. Just listen along. Really enjoyed the interview last night. The girl, she phoned in. She was brilliant. It was really good. It's a good update.
She's fantastic. She's fantastic.
You what? Oh, she was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And to your thing earlier on about the charitable night and all that sort of stuff, I wouldn't be able to participate in that. I'm not getting the dough for that. But if there's anything I can do, to help, though, just you've got my number. So if you're looking for anybody to do any paperwork or shunting folk about or something, give me a shout.
Listen, people can participate in the night for as little as a £5, mate. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. I thought it was tables for a.
No, you can buy tables, but it's £15 a ticket. People get together, and if you can't make it, that you can participate for a £5, and the races will be shown on Facebook, mate. We've tried to make it. We've tried to open up to everybody, Port Bear, haven't we?
Aye, mate, that's so important. We don't want anyone, feeling that they can't participate. Definitely 100%. So we're going to make sure that everybody can get involved, be involved, and enjoy a cracking night, and hopefully win a lot of money.
That's the idea. I was involved in an Emily Smiley thing the other week there. It was up at where I work, and that was absolutely mobbed, and it generated a lot of money, a lot of different people up there. It was really, really good. So happy to continue with that, mate. I'll look out for the information. I'll go in with that. So
Yep. In fact, I'm just going to get Fox to play the advert again. Well, I've got him. Fox, once you've got a second, could you play the advert that you kindly made?
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Hi, I'm Bridgman.
And I'm Linda from Rangers Radio.
As part of our club's 150-year celebrations, Rangers Radio are holding a charity race night on the 26th of March 2022 at the Wee Rangers Club outside Ibrox Stadium.
Listeners have the opportunity to attend by purchasing tables for groups of 15, priced at £225 per table. This includes a table buffet, live entertainment and a disco. There are also opportunities for businesses, supporters clubs and individuals to sponsor races and place advertisements within the event programme.
Listeners, including those unable to attend, can purchase tickets online for the Super 6 Races Booze Cruise, priced at £5, to win a super selection of quality spirits provided by the Rangers Radio panellists. Races will also be streamed live on Facebook.
Any listeners wishing to attend or become involved in sponsorship should contact rangersradio@gmail.com.
All monies raised will go to the Emmy Smiley Charity Foundation, the Rangers Supporters Erskine Appeal, and the Robert Mulholland Memorial Parade.
We look forward to the Rangers Radio listeners' continued support for these great causes.
Down to the line, maximum security wins the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Country House second, followed by...
There you go, Bill, especially for you, mate.
Thank you so much. I actually never picked up the other half of the story that I never heard. That's pretty good. I've got an idea now. I'll maybe do something for that. Idea.
Okay, mate. Great. The more the merrier. But obviously, we're putting it out there. We're going to be banging the drum. And we know that everybody's financial circumstances are different. We're not wanting to try to embarrass anybody. We try to make it reasonable price, get people together to get a table between them. We don't expect people, not everybody has got that kind of dough unless you're a bridge man, you know what I mean?
Totally, aye. Loose change. It's not that I can't. It's not that I couldn't do anything like that. It's just that I'm coming to the point where I'm going to run out of work, and I know the winters maybe I maybe not get work than last year. So I'm just sensible planning ahead. That's all.
You don't have to. We get it. Everybody's different, but we just first and foremost, we thank you for your sentiments. It's great to hear people support us, Jeff, isn't it?
Absolutely, here, Blue. We're all different, aren't we, in different circumstances. So just do what we can if you can, and I'm sure it'll be a great night, Blue. It'll be brilliant to meet and get to know everybody a wee bit better and have a hoot.
I'd like to get there, mate. It'd be good. Something that I think it was Albert that said earlier on about the passport. Is that right? Was it Albert that said it?
Yes.
Well, a wee story. Just relating to the day. My brother phoned me up today and he goes like, I said, you've been dropped. Me and him are meant to be going to an Ibrox Stadium tour, and I'm in the same position as Albert. I said, I'm not showing papers. I'm not doing that. So he dropped me and he's taking somebody else. So I was supposed to get the trophy round the tour.
He's taking Albert.
Well, I could have taken Albert. Just I climbed in a window or something.
No, I'll meet you down there, Blue. I'll give you a coke area in the front door. Take you in.
Well, I'll give you a punting in the window. You've got to pull me back up. There you go. So that's
I'm no carrying it, mate. I'm with you. I'm no carrying it. They can take a run and jump for that carry on.
I'm known as a misery for it, but I'm like you. I think it's today with the generation, isn't it? You just not having it. Anyway, so that's that. So tomorrow night.
How do you see it going, mate? How do you see it going?
I've not really gave it an awful lot of thought, and to tell you the truth, I'm maybe a wee bit embarrassed here, but I've watched the interviews now this year. I didn't know Golson. What's happened?
I think it's COVID related and he's no travelled, mate. That's what we're picking up. Yeah.
Right, okay. Aye. Fair enough.
I might say that, Alex. I know the second time this season for him for a COVID related.
Aye.
I'll pass you over to COVID experts. Port Jaffa.
Aye, well, I think that, it might not necessarily be, COVID he has, it could be close contact. So although he trained with Team of Day, they've obviously done the lateral flow test or something, and maybe there's been something not right. It's not been right, so they've basically isolated him for the rest of the team. I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's just been it's a precaution to make sure none of their team are in any danger of catching it. So I think he's just been left at home. He's probably told to isolate, and that's as much as I think. I don't think it's anything serious, guys.
Well, if he's got COVID, he never get off any of the D players because he never get near any of them at the weekend, did he?
That's true. That is very true. I did the jokes on here, Blue.
Your script, Bridge sent me that one. Bridge sent it.
It was a good one.
Well, maybe it wasn't Bridge then.
No. But aye, it's a big game for us. These games in Europe, they're just not necessarily about football, and then Jaffa, they're about revenue as well.
Aye, and for us, it's more about revenue than football. To be honest with you, mate, it's got nothing to do. It's got a bit to do with football. For us, we like to see us winning, of course we do, but realistically, it's about money. And I think it is for about 95% of the clubs in these tournaments, these FIFA tournaments, you know what I mean? Or UEFA tournaments, sorry. But for us, we've got a journey. We've still not completed a journey yet, so we've still got this journey to complete, and this is part of completing that journey. And we've got a tough task, but that's what makes Rangers, isn't it? We never do anything easy, you know what I mean? We never get anything easy. It's always difficult. But it's a challenge, isn't it? We welcome the chase. That's what we keep saying.
Well, this is our club, isn't it, Albert? I mean, this is what we have been brought up on, is European football. And with a European team, we always tell all our fan base, you know, that's what the fans like to see. And tomorrow night is part of that. I mean, you know, the Czech teams have been in the Champions League. You know, I'm not saying they're a prominent Champions League force, but they're certainly a country within Europe that always produces, we've just said, some good football teams. So tomorrow night's an important game in that respect, and we're Glasgow Rangers and we want to be at the top table. So, but the money that's involved in it is, I mean, I don't even know what the numbers are tomorrow night, so I can't remember. Is it $500,000 for a win?
I think it's about 570, mate. Just over $500,000, yeah. You
know, it's a lot of money for our club, and the prestige and everything that goes with it, and the sponsor, all our sponsors that buy into it, you know, and getting that name flashed all over the continent. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money to Bridgeman, but it's a lot of money to everybody else, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Indeed.
Small change for Bridge.
Exactly, mate, exactly. It's important. I mean, you get any points tomorrow, it's more money in the kitty, isn't it?
If we want to keep progressing next year to eventually into the Champions League, we need runs in these tournaments in the Europa, because the revenue created from that, from like match days, sponsors, obviously winning games gets you your points as well. I think that's the revenue that takes you to the next level. So what do they say on this station? This is a £30 million season next year. We win the league, it's automatically straight to the Champions League, £30 million and tap whatever you've earned in your Europa run. So we're hoping to get, I'd be happy with the last 16. If we can get further, even better. But this money, mate, this money is so important for the future Rangers Football Club, because I think we've touched on it in the station lately. We have to improve in some players, and we've all sort of said, you know, some of these players maybe have came to the level of European level, as in Europa Cup, but can they make the next step?
That's a big question. Listen, as I said earlier on, mate, I'd take a draw tomorrow night and then win by 2 games against Brøndby, and hope that Leon win the 2 games against the Czechs, and all of a sudden we could be sitting with 7 points and the team behind us 5 points behind us with 2 games to go. I know I'm dreaming, Jaffa, but I'd take a draw and then win on Sunday, then the international break.
Yep. I absolutely, Ox. I don't see that as a bad outcome of the next 2 matches. Don't get me wrong. I would love to win tomorrow night and get the 3 points on the board. I think it will do the confidence and the players winning away from home and what is essentially going to be, you know, it's away from home. You're in Europe. It's a hostile atmosphere. We know that. Let's hope it brings out the best in the players and the 11 that are on the pitch tomorrow night turn in a performance. Like we always say, we've got some brilliant players at our team, at our club. We've got some brilliant players. See if we play. We're a brilliant team to watch. All that good stuff comes together. All the 1-2s, all the running off the ball. We done it once on Saturday. Once. One move we done it against Dundee on Saturday, and we scored a goal from it. The wee flick from Morelos was worth the admission fee alone. But we're just not doing it as often as what we should be in the 90-minute periods, in my opinion. But I think it'll come. I'm confident it'll come.
I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. Baloo?
Totally. Go back to what Albert said. It's a progression thing, isn't it? It's we've got to just slowly but surely keep improving. We come up for the lower league, and we didn't win it the first year, second year, even third and fourth. But eventually we got there, and you can see the progression since Gerrard came in. We are getting better and better. We expected a change to the budget this year because we were hoping to get through to the Champions League. didn't work out. I told you my reason the other week when I phoned in, and I said, to my mind, there's something different today at certain points in the season, and I think that's what we're suffering for now. So I think, given the limitations in the squad now, I would go with you, Ox. If we could get a draw tomorrow night, it'd be great. But I've got a wee sneaking suspicion we're going to get a win tomorrow night. I've got a real thought that we could get a win, and I'll be interested. The later the team's really getting me. I've not got I can't imagine where to begin. But I know I would definitely have one thing, and I would definitely have Morelos up front, because he's one of these wee guys. He'll nick you a goal. There's no doubt about it. You just get that wee touch up front. So I wouldn't have Wright in. I don't think Wright's shown anything. I think he's been lacking when he came on. He's just not up for it at all. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So interested in the setup at the back. I liked what you said yourself about having was it Tab at the back and who's inside Balogun. I like your idea, and Bassey next to him. I think that's not a bad idea. I just hope he's got the restraint to stay as a centre half and no start to wander all over the place. But I'm sure that'll be better than him anyway.
Bassey's ruling.
When Barisic was out at the start of the season for a couple of games because it was dropped because he wasn't performing, great wee player, great touch, great pace, can put the crosses in, but he let himself down a couple of times at the back, gave away a penalty, gave away a goal, different games. So he's just a wee bit raw yet. He's still a boy, and it's a difficult situation to throw him into. But we are where we are, and I think with the insight that our backroom staff have got and all the rest, I think we've got a reasonable chance of holding them out tomorrow. I don't think they score goals, but not that often, and not against the right team. So we've just got to make sure we hold them out and then nick one, maybe even two. I'd love to see that, but again, I'm not particularly sure about the layout of the team. It's not my forte.
Aye, we'll see where it takes us tomorrow night. 5:45 kick-off. Albert will miss the chase, which always upsets him. You know why? Do you know why that is, Jaffa?
No.
Because he welcomes the chase.
Good one.
All right, Albert.
Like it.
Aye, it is, mate. You've got it in one. It's important to know this game tomorrow as well, because we need to win the league as well. But the money, along with the money tomorrow is important as well as winning the league, because we really have to build a full defence. So we'll need the money for that. We're not going anywhere unless we get a new defence, and that's going to be required for next season, the following season. I should know this season, the following season. So it's all part and parcel of the one thing. You know what I mean? It's one follows the other. So that's why it's important tomorrow night. We need that money. We definitely need the money.
Okay, Big Stevie Bridgeman and Southside have phoned tomorrow. They've always good at being building that defence. Right, okay, yeah. Right, we've reached that time of the evening. Well, Albert, Baloo, thanks very much, mate. Great to hear from you, Albert.
Cheers, mate.
Baloo, always a pleasure, mate.
Listen, love it. Keep the show going. It's absolutely the best thing. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for all your kind words and your support, mate. We always enjoy when you're on, mate.
No, we enjoy it. I enjoy it too.
We're not quite like that with Albert. We love him. Thanks to Amanda and Cal who phoned in earlier. Great to hear from them as well. Thanks to Jaffa who was doing tonight, and a big shout out to Port Bear who stood in the last minute. And I think his impersonation of Bridge was first class this evening.
You know that music getting ready.
Thanks, Port. Thanks for storing in at last
Anytime, mate. Anytime. Thanks very much.
Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it, Jaffa.
It was brilliant, Ox. Always great to be on, and I loved the chat with Albert and Blue and Carl and all the rest. Having me, Ox, and the announcement tonight was brilliant, mate.
Cheers, mate. We've got great support already. Things are moving for us. We can only thank you for some of the support and messages we've been sent already. So things will grow, and we'll have better information ASAP to put out to make the function come together. But thanks for the initial support. Thanks for listening. To all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, keep it going. Keep it going for the Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.